Hey, how's it going? Just thought I'd do some candid thoughts of my new main paddle. Most of you guys probably haven't heard of it. Zach Parks and Ryan Roach are two Jacksonville guys, and Ryan runs the local court. It's a nice indoor facility in Jacksonville Beach, and Zach is one of the top players in Jacksonville. Plays a lot of pro, and he developed this paddle. So the first one he made was more like a Carbon 1X, but this one is called the Rocket, and it's a 14 millimeter, and I think his idea with it was to have something with Gen 3 foam, like these new Yolas, basically the same shape as a Perseus 14, but then he also wanted to have a more high quality core, kind of like a Paddletech TKO, and have that kind of poppy feel of the honeycomb, and might even have a fiberglass layer in it. And just really like this paddle a lot. So, I mean, these have been my two mains probably for the year. So I was using the Dwell. They've just been behind on shipments from China. So, had to use something else. Was using this Yola, really like it a lot, and was happy with it. But Zach told me to try this, and honestly, I could use either one of these in a tournament. I think they're very comparable. So, I mean, I would describe this as a paddle with power, but not like an overwhelming amount, like a Gearbox Pro Power. I think it's definitely less power than the Dwell, and the power is more linear. So if you really bring it and hammer the ball, you're going to get plenty of power to put the ball away, but you're not going to have to short arm your drives. You can really take a swing at it and trust the paddle that it'll stay in. And a lot of my friends have actually told me that my serve has been a lot harder lately, and I think it's because I can trust it and really swing. Another one of my old favorite paddles is the Alshon, the Paddletech TKO 12.7 CX. So this paddle to me is a lot like that in terms of the drives with it are so satisfying. It's kind of point and shoot. But the difference with this is almost like a 2.0 version of that TKO, because it has foam around the whole perimeter. So, the TKO's maybe the best singles paddle on the market, maybe outside of this, but, one of the best ones out there. But for doubles, it was just very hard to reset because the ball would just die off the face. So think about a TKO in terms of firepower, but then having the forgiveness of like a Yola where you've got the foam around the whole perimeter, that, dual layer. So it's adding power and really good feel. Also kind of like a Hirachi X Power in terms of the construction. I believe it's foam all the way around the entire perimeter. I would say, a lot of paddles, I like to weigh them up to 8.6, 8.7, 8.9. This felt so solid out of the box. Actually, the owner, who's a 6.0 player, doesn't put any lead on his. But what I did is I actually saw this from Hayden Patrickman, where he puts lead from here to here. And I think it's like around here. And then I like to do like a ring or two of lead around the butt cap. I think that helps me hold the paddle just slightly higher. That's what a lot of the pros are doing now for faster hands. But also maybe it gives me a little bit more power, but then brings the balance weight down. So this paddle definitely feels like it has a higher swing weight. So the twist weight on it is unbelievable stock. I mean, for a 14, I've never felt a paddle like that. But, if you went too crazy with the lead and put it up here and here, I think you would just feel a little bit slow in hands battles. So I would recommend maybe just trying it stock, or maybe if you're like a Hezecore guy, just put that on there. Or you can try my $2 version of the slice cap, or if you have a slice cap or a flick weight, that might be good. If you love weight in the throat, you just have to have it. You could put a little bit here. Maybe you just go 0.5 gram per inch. But this paddle, is only at 8.3, and to me it feels plenty solid. It really doesn't need any more weight. So if you're looking for a paddle, maybe you're just sick of the Yolas, they keep breaking on you, and you don't want to pay all that money. I believe these are around 170-ish after my discount code, and I'll add that in the description. It's a 30-day risk-free trial supporting a local company. I personally love this paddle. I'm going to use it in the money ball at the end of the month. If you want a power paddle, but something that's not too powerful that you're launching balls, you have an aggressive play style. This really allows you to go after your shots and trust that they're going to stay in. You're going to be able to reset with this so much better than a paddle tech if you're coming from that. To me, it just has a really nice feel. It's definitely not too stiff. It's not like a pillow. But to me, even though it's a 14, I would say it plays more like if it was like a 15. So would love for you guys to check out this paddle, and maybe leave a comment in the description if you get one, if you agree with me or if you have other thoughts on the Rowdy Rocket.